Day 2 as a chef on a yacht. I always start my morning with a big cup of coffee. Then I'll unload the dishwasher. I usually run it twice a day, once after lunch and then after dinner. I noticed that my jalapenos and mangoes weren't looking too great, so I chopped them up and got them into the freezer. And into the creamy. Made crew breakfast, which was just cheesy scrambled eggs and some English muffins. The guests woke up, so I served them some fresh fruit while I got started on their breakfast. I'm making a breakfast salad with a dill vinaigrette, a fried egg, some salmon, and some cottage cheese. And then drizzled the whole thing with a little bit of balsamic glaze. Served up breakfast along with some cappuccinos. Not too long after breakfast, we departed from Nassau. The first mate, Brian, is driving the tender in and out of marinas, so I help Gina with the lines. And then it's on to lunch prep. Today, I'm doing my prep while we're underway. So if you look in the window behind me, you can see that we are moving. For lunch, I did a build-your-own steak Mediterranean bowl with quinoa, eggplant, curried chickpeas, and other vegetables. We're soon to arrive in Norman's Cay, so that means Brian has to go onto the tender. For docking today, I was in charge of the bow line. Got the tender on the hip and back into the galley. I'm testing out a new creamy recipe with milk, chocolate protein powder, and chocolate pudding mix. Then headed up to the top deck for a Peloton workout. You can't beat this view. Did some menu planning and then had some lunch. Fresh conch salad with some lettuce. For cocktail hour, we opened up some wine and I cut up some watermelon. And with the watermelon that didn't get eaten, it's going into the creamy. Tonight for dinner, I'm making fish en papillon, which basically is fish in a bag. I'll lay down my asparagus, my potatoes, radishes, and my red snapper. Fold over my parchment paper and make sure I'm making a good seam. We're trying to trap all of the steam in this little pocket. Pop those bad boys into the oven, and right before service, you cut it open and all of the steam comes out and it smells divine. Garnish with a little parsley and dinner served. For dessert, we're having a creamy. It's fresh mango that came straight from the tree at the owner's house. The crew helped with the dishes, I slammed my finger in the fridge, and I called it a night. Bye, little chef. I have 50 overripe mangoes, 30 wrinkly jalapenos, and 5 smushy avocados. What am I going to do with them, you might ask? I'm going to throw them into the creamy. Okay, not all of it, but most of the mangoes are going in the Ninja Creamy. I had a few of you suggest mango and jalapeno creamy. I'm here for it. A little tahini on the top, I think it'd be pretty good. This morning is all about preventing spoilage. I provisioned the boat before they made their crossing, and then I flew in about 4 days later. So I'm walking into produce that might be on its last leg, and I need to figure out how I'm going to get the most yield out of it. The mangoes came from the owner's house, and I went through all of them, took out all of the bad spots, and saved the good parts. Now, normally jalapenos last me like at least 2 weeks, so I think these ones came in bad on provisioning day. I'll just dice these up, put them in a little baggie, and into the freezer. Thankfully, jalapenos freeze really well, so I can just pull them when I need them. And with the mushy avocados, I scooped out the green parts and used it for breakfast. Bye, little chef.
Look at there.
It's not focused.
Oh my god.
Does it look focused to you?
I can't tell.
Focus!
When does it take a picture, or is it?
No,
filming?
it's not. It's not going to take a picture, but I don't know why it's not focusing. Oh.
I thought it was expensive.
It is expensive. But the autofocus?
What are you making? Like smooth and creamy?
Yeah.
Whatever they're called?
Smooth and creamy. Yeah, a protein-packed smooth and creamy.
Ninja something?
Mark, I like that tagline. Smooth and creamy.
Is that the ninja thing?
Yeah.
You're gonna make it with protein?
Yeah. Look, that is a monster scoop.
Oh my god, what is that?
1 scoop. That's the serving size.
Holy moly.
Yeah. It's not horrible. It's not like other protein powders that I've seen. I make a creamy every single night on this yacht, and the owners are obsessed. If you're looking for a Ninja Creamy, good luck because they're sold out everywhere. JCPenney's came in clutch for me. Bye, little chef. Does Gina need to untie the double-tied fender?
No, we're gonna need them at Norman's.
We're gonna need them at Norman's.
So there's one that's between the wall, like it's tied outside. You can't flip it in. You want me to untie it or just leave it flipped out?
No, just loosen it up and then flip it in.
You can't flip it in. There's a wall in there.
Yeah, you'll have to loosen up one side.
Okay, so go ahead and do that. I got you.
Okay. We're doing this swinging. Yeah.
That's on the other side.
I may be the chef, but I also help with the lines. I usually don't cook while we're underway, so this gives me something to do. And honestly, it's kind of fun. Gina and Captain Mark have been in this industry for 30 plus years, so it's really cool learning from them.
I definitely put smudges on there. All right, all good?
Hi, little chef. This is everything I cooked on the yacht today. Scrambled eggs and toast for the crew, and for the guests, started off with a fruit salad with mint. On to the main course, breakfast salad with a fried egg, cottage cheese with a balsamic glaze, avocado, and smoked salmon. For lunch, I set up a build-your-own Mediterranean steak bowl. Curried chickpeas, roasted eggplants, tahini lemon dressing, and a whole bunch of veggies. Watermelon for cocktail hour, and fish en papillon for dinner. Started off with a bed of asparagus, then some thinly sliced potatoes and radishes, your fish, some butter, and then you'll fill that little pocket with white wine. We're creating a little steam pocket, and it's going to cook the fish beautifully, and it's going to come out so tender. The fish I'm using tonight is red snapper. My favorite part of this dish is cutting through that parchment paper. It's gorgeous. On to dessert. The owners brought about 50 mangoes from their tree out in their backyard. So of course I threw it into the creamy. I'm a chef on a yacht, and this is my view from my galley. Now thankfully I don't get seasick, but cooking while underway can be a little difficult. So if I know that we're traveling the next day, I'll make sure to prep as much as I can the day before. That way I can pop it into the oven and boom, it's ready to serve. However, some foods don't hold really well overnight. Take this eggplant for example. If I were to cut this up the day before, it would be brown, mushy, and disgusting. As we're underway, the boat naturally tilts back, which can be a huge problem, especially when it's rough. So pots and pans on the stove will just slide right off. I know most sailboats have a guard around the stove just because there's so much more movement in a sailboat, but I don't think many motor yachts have them. I just make sure I'm close to the stove and ready to catch anything that falls. Last year, when we were underway, I baked a cake in the oven and it came out slanted, like a good 45-degree angle. I was going to serve it as a beautiful cake, but I think I just cubed it up and made it into a trifle. Bye, little chef.